So we've got 3 symbols to determine what our quest is and 3 symbols to determine who our villain is. Now this is what our quest is. What does our character want? This lily, I get kind of a Buddhist feeling from it. This looks like a turtle shell, but it could be a shield. Now this looks like a clawed hand. So let's roll these 3 for our villain. Oh, this is so interesting immediately. This watchtower, super cool. There's something military. There's something cataclysmic involved, a bomb, and then a dragon. Should a dragon be a dragon? Is anything sparking joy here with anybody? Turtle shield? Yeah, okay, I actually like that idea. Let me write down turtle shield. Paladin of Tiamat. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna write that down. I like the Paladin of Tiamat, and their name is Darksaber. What is the name of the big bomb? The Soul Collector, says Rugby Geeks. Our mission begins, my friends.
You are a knight of peace, wielding a magical turtle shell shield. The leader of the Turtle Monastery of Peace is explaining your mission to you. She says, the Soul Collector is hidden within the heart of the evil army's camp. You must be stealthy and careful, as they are on high alert for any intruders. The device is heavily guarded, and you'll need to disable the guards before you can even get close.
Let's do our first roll. I want to try and convince the leader of my monastery to give me something that will help me on my journey. How difficult do you think this roll should be? Okay, people have voted for a DC 12 persuasion check. Our persuasion is +1. Rolled a 13. I think that's enough. You beseech the leader of your sect to give you something which will help you infiltrate the military camp outside your monastery. She looks at you sagely and agrees. She pulls out a package from behind her chair and hands it to you. Inside, there is
a small, intricately carved figurine of a tortoise, made from a glowing, otherworldly crystal. The leader of the Turtle Monastery of Peace explains, this is a tome of turtle transformation. She continues, this magical artifact has the power to turn you into a tortoise, allowing you to move about undetected in the military camp. However, be warned, the transformation will only last for a limited time, and you will need to find a way to extend it if you hope to complete your mission.
So we've got a turtle... We've got a tortoise? We've got a turtle transformation thing. Okay, that's going to help. Let's make a roll to see if we can find a good entrance into the camp. Okay, this is a DC 14 survival roll. Success means we find a good one. Failure means we find a bad one. We're +0. We have failed. What's a really bad entrance into a military camp? The front door. You need to find a way to get into this military camp. There are lots of entrances available to you, but you decide that your best course of action will be to strut confidently through the front gates. Surely, if you're just confident enough, nobody will stop you. They'll never expect it. So, you leave your monastery and head towards the front gates of the military encampment. Can we beat a DC 16 deception check to stride confidently through these gates? We're +1. Yes! 17.
As you approach the imposing front gates of the military camp, you can't help but feel a sense of unease. The air is thick with tension, and the sound of clashing swords and heavy footsteps echoes through the air. But you push your fears aside, straighten your shoulders, and march purposefully towards the entrance. You can't believe your luck as you stroll past the guards, who seem completely unfazed by your presence. Once inside, you take a moment to look around and get your bearings. The camp is bustling with activity, soldiers are training, supply wagons are coming and going, and there's a constant stream of orders being shouted.
What should we try and do here, do you think? Obtain a disguise. I like that one. We need information. This is an investigation check. We are +1 to investigation. Yeah. Oof. Now that you're inside the camp, you decide your best course of action would be to find a disguise so you can more easily move around. You scour high and low, inside tents, outside tents, looking on washing lines, but you can't find a suitable disguise. However, something interesting does happen.
As you continue your search for a disguise, you overhear a group of soldiers discussing their recent discovery. They've found a small, hidden passage that leads straight to the heart of the camp, where the soul collector is kept.
What?
Excited by this news, you decide to follow the soldiers, hoping to use their discovery to your advantage.
Now this is something good. Should we do a stealth check to follow these soldiers? So let's go. This stealth check can be a DC 14, which is in the middle of the voted options. What's our stealth? Disadvantage. Oh, God, no. You decide to stealthily follow these two guards, hoping they can lead. Oh, my camera died. I didn't realize that. Woof. Sometimes my camera dies. I didn't realize this. That's fine. You decide to stealthily follow these two guards, hoping they can lead you to this secret tunnel you overheard them talking about. However, you, with your massive turtle shield and your clanking armor, are not very sneaky, and the guards notice you following them.
The two guards stop abruptly and turn to face you, their expressions wary. "Who are you?" one of them demands, eyeing your turtle shield suspiciously. "What's your business here?" You realize that your attempts at stealth have failed, and you quickly decide to come up with a cover story.
Okay, I want to convince at least one of them to defect. Persuasion check, DC 14. +1. Cocked. Yes! Oh, beats it, baby. Look who got an ally. You have a few options here. You could lie to these men. You could try and use violence on these men, but you know in your heart you are a knight of peace, and so you peer into their souls and beseech. You say to them, "You've caught me. I work for the Turtle Monastery of Peace. But I'm here on a mission of peace as well. I know that in your hearts you are good men with families, and you just want to see them be happy, but that's what all people want. Please, I beseech you, join me on my quest to disarm this bomb, this soul collector, so that this world can be more peaceful than it currently is." Your pleas are successful, and one of the guards nods and says, yes, Knight of Peace, I agree with you."
The guard who agreed with you gives you a knowing look and then jerks his head towards a nearby tent. "The passage we found is in there," he murmurs, keeping his voice low, "but be careful, it's guarded." You nod, steeling yourself for what's to come.
You say to this new friend, "What is your name, sir? And will you join me on this perilous journey?" The guard nods.
"My name is Grigor," he replies, his voice quiet but steady. "And yes, I will join you. I have a family too, and I want to see them safe. Let's do this together, for the sake of peace." Together, you approach the tent cautiously, taking note of the guards stationed outside.
Before you enter the tent, you ask Grigor, "Wait, what happened to the other guard? Do you think he will betray us, Grigor? Are we in danger?"
Grigor shakes his head, reassuring you, "No, I don't think he will betray us. I saw the look in his eyes when you spoke of peace. I believe he has joined our cause in his heart, even if he did not say it out loud." You nod, feeling a sense of relief.
We're about to enter into this tent and find a secret tunnel. Every secret tunnel deserves a trap. What should the perception check we need to be to see this trap? Okay, DC 10. We're +0. Oh, very good, very good. You open the flap to the tent and move some crates out of the way to expose a secret tunnel which Grigor found earlier. As you descend into the tunnel via a rope ladder, you narrowly dodge setting off a complicated trap via a tripwire. You point it out to Grigor, and you both deftly move around the trapped tripwire. Down in the tunnel, you see something surprising.
A dimly lit passageway stretches out before you, the air heavy with an unsettling energy. You can hear the faint hum of machinery in the distance, and the tunnel appears to be carved into the very bedrock of the land. As you proceed further into the passage, you notice a faint glow emanating from around a corner up ahead. Cautiously, you approach the corner with Grigor by your side. As you peek around it, you see a large chamber filled with complex machinery and mechanisms. In the center of the room, you spot the Soul Collector, a large device with glowing runes and intricate components.
You ask your companion, Grigor, "Hey Grigor, do you know anything about this contraption and how it works?"
Grigor shakes his head, looking thoughtful. "I'm afraid I don't. I've never seen anything like it before, but I do know that it's our mission to disarm it, and we can't afford to waste any time."
We have 10 minutes, everybody. We have to disarm this bomb in 10 minutes. Okay, maybe an Arcana check. Okay, this is an Arcana check to disarm the bomb. Good luck to us. The time is ticking. Okay, that doesn't work. You inspect the runes on the bomb, looking for any signs that could help you disarm it. But unfortunately, you know next to nothing about arcane energies. You'll have to find another way to disarm the bomb.
As you continue to search the room, your eyes are drawn to a large lever on the wall, marked with a red warning sigil. It seems out of place in the rest of the room, which is filled with intricate and delicate machinery. You turn to Grigor and ask, "What do you think this lever does?"
Guys, this lever with a red warning symbol definitely just detonates the bomb. Someone also suggested ask the bomb not to explode. I think I want to pray to the bomb. Okay, we're going to pray to the bomb. This is a religion check. Oh no! Oh. You ignore the lever for now. Instead, you fall down to your knees and pray to the God of Peace, hoping that your faith can disarm this bomb. However, that does not work. You'll have to find another way to disarm the bomb.
As you get back up from your prayer, Grigor cautiously approaches the lever and examines it. "This lever seems ominous," he says, "but it might be the only way to stop the Soul Collector. We should be careful, though. Pulling it could have unintended consequences."
Okay. I gotta shut Grigor down real quick, because Gregor's gonna pull this bloody lever. We invite one person into our party, and suddenly they want to pull levers that definitely explode bombs. You shout at Grigor and say, "Grigor, do not pull that lever. I swear to the God of Peace, do not pull that lever. That lever absolutely, definitely, and totally will detonate the bomb. I'm sure of it."
Grigor freezes, his hand hovering just above the lever. He looks back at you, his expression serious. "You're sure about that?" he asks. You nod emphatically. "Absolutely. I can feel it in my bones. That lever is connected to the bomb's detonation mechanism somehow."
Okay, team, I'm giving you 3 options. Option number 1, flood the chamber. Option number 2, try and cut off the power source. Option number 3, turn the bomb into a tortoise. There's a few 3s. We want to turn the bomb into a tortoise. Okay, what skill should we roll? Okay, DC 14 Arcana check to turn this bomb into a tortoise, after which I am going to punt it directly into the sun. We're -1. I'm going to give us advantage because we have a magic item that specifically does this. We didn't need the advantage. Okay. You use the magic item that your leader gave you to turn the bomb into a tortoise. And then you pick up the tortoise and throw it as high as you can outside before it detonates.
As you throw the tortoise bomb into the air, Grigor watches in amazement. The bomb tumbles end over end, glowing brightly against the dark sky. Just as it reaches its apex, there is a brilliant flash of light and a deafening explosion.
You turn to Grigor and say, "I'm glad it worked, but I feel bad about exploding a tortoise." Grigor nods.
The dust settles, and you see that the area around the monastery is thankfully undamaged. The evil army of Tiamat seems to be in disarray, unsure of what to make of the unexpected explosion.
We forgot about something though. You hear heavy footsteps approaching from behind you, and you turn to see a terrifying visage of a person.
The figure that approaches you is massive, easily 10 feet tall, with scales as black as night covering its entire body. Its eyes glow with a malevolent red light, and it carries an enormous sword that crackles with dark energy. It is none other than Darksaber, the paladin of Tiamat. You fools.
You say to the paladin of Tiamat, "Please, you are defeated. I have disarmed your soul collector. I turned it into a tortoise and punted it into the sun. What other possible evil plan could you have?"
Darksaber sneers at you, his eyes narrowing. You think you have won, but you have only delayed the inevitable. Tiamat's wrath cannot be stopped so easily. He raises his sword, and you can see the dark energy coalescing into a deadly blade of shadow.
Okay. Oh, that's a great idea. We should use our shield. Yeah. This is an athletics check. We are +5 to heft our turtle shell shield high enough to block the Darksaber. That's a 20. That's a 20. That was a 20. I know it didn't register. That's a 20. That's a 20. That's the biggest number on that baby. The Darksaber, the blade of shadow, is raised high above you and then swings with great force directly towards your very mortal skull. But with a moment of divine inspiration, with a moment of extreme athleticism, you heft your heavy turtle shell shield above your head and intercept the blow. And the blade of shadow shatters into shards of darkness, which fall to the ground and burn with black energy before settling into dull, mundane iron. Darksaber, the paladin of Tiamat, is aghast.
How could this be? He mutters, looking up at you with a mix of disbelief and anger. I am the paladin of Tiamat, destined to bring about her wrath and destruction, and yet, I have been defeated by a mere knight of peace.
Last roll of this campaign, my friends. DC 16 intimidation check, +3. We're going to save Darksaber's soul. Convert him to a knight of peace. Okay. You begin what is one of the most eloquent speeches ever made, trying to coax Darksaber into abandoning the ways of Tiamat and instead adopting a life of peace. You appeal to the fire and brimstone of doing evil, and you see that your persuasive technique is working on Darksaber. You see his eyes begin to soften, and at the moment before he can say, "I agree," he is killed by Grigor, who beheads him with a piece of mundane iron, and the head topples to the ground, and Grigor shrugs.
Grigor looks at you with a serious expression. I'm sorry, but I couldn't let him live. He was too dangerous. You nod, understanding Grigor's perspective. The evil army of Tiamat, now without a leader, starts to scatter and retreat.
The end. He's not going to do evil again, for sure. 10 out of 10 would tell a friend. Yeah, tell those friends.